there, welcome and welcome back. My name is Raquelle Annette. Clearly you clicked on the video because you want to know how to do your brows or to see my updated brow routine, so I'm not going to ramble on. Oh wait, before we jump in, I'm gonna need you guys to go ahead and click that red button to subscribe, stay around a while, become a part of Kel's crew. All right. Now we're gonna go ahead and jump in. So first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and take my Precisely My Brow by Benefit Cosmetics in the shade 4.5. Really love this. This is my everyday brow pencil. I've been using this for about 3 years because it's such a precise tip for a brow, so it can create hair-like strokes. I just like the foundation that it lays down for my brows. So we're gonna go ahead and take the spoolie side. What a spoolie is it is a brush for your brows. So this is a spoolie, that's why I love it, because it's a 2-in-1. We're gonna go ahead and brush our brows up. Just following the natural shape of the brow, you want to brush these all the way up. As you can see, it's starting to look feathery, and that's what we want because we want it to be brushed through. So let's go ahead with the other one. As you can see, no shape at all. All right, so I've seen so many people, and I even used to do it myself until I was introduced into this amazing product. Now this also is by Benefit Cosmetics, but this is their Browvo conditioning primer. And this basically just sets the brow in place so you can create the hair-like strokes. It creates a base for the brow pencil, and it's so innovative. It also has nutrients to help your brows grow, and my brows are definitely growing. If you haven't noticed, I have noticed a significant difference. I haven't touched my brows since quarantine. Now this is like a jelly formula, and all you do is click it up. And you gotta wait a couple of seconds because like sometimes more will come out than you want to. Usually I've been getting by without using this for years, but now that I've found it, I just kind of have to have it because I do want full brows. You know, I want full brows, and I know that this is the thing that's helping them to grow. So we're just gonna take this, and like I said, this is a base, and it has it's kind of like its own brush within, so it just brushes everything up and sets them. Do you see the difference? So I know like a lot of, if you don't have this, you could try to use the glue stick. I've seen a lot of people use the Elmer's glue stick, the purple one, and I guess that works well. But I know that a glue stick isn't going to promote growth with your brow hairs, so that's why I use this too. So we're gonna go ahead and do the other eye. Now we're just gonna let that sit, I would say, for about 30 seconds just to dry down a little bit. But as you can see, my brows are definitely set in place and give me an outline for where to draw my hairs, right? I'm just loving this product. I'm so happy that I got to use it because I would have never probably picked this up ever. So I'm just really happy that I have this in my stash because it really works so well. All right, so my brows are set. I'm gonna go ahead and flip around to the actual brow pencil, and we're just gonna start doing a brow. What I like to do with my brows is very simple. You don't want to over dry your brows. You always want to have a very light hand with your brows. So I always start in the middle, right where the arch is, right here. And you can measure it by going like that. And then I lightly start to trace underneath the brow, trace back where the arch is. It's a very light hand. And then I work my way towards the front. Very, very lightly because we don't want the harsh line to make it look like it's so contoured. I'm going for kind of a natural brow, just my everyday brow, so you can actually see some hairs. And then after that, I just start to draw in where the spaces are that I would like to see some fullness. Very, very lightly with little flicks. So now you can see that the brow is starting to shape. Back in the day, I would just draw in, you know, because I really did like the contour look, but for a natural look that I've been leaning towards more, because I like to see my brows actually, I just fill in where there is space with a very, very light hand. And now I'm gonna start, as you can see, this is a little bit off shape and I just wanna shape this a little bit. So I'm gonna start by just drawing a little bit of an arch just to make this look even. I just do a very light hand. And as you can see, I created the outward arch. And that's pretty much what I've been doing. And then after I do that, I just lightly like to brush through just so there's no harsh lines. So you never want to bring a bunch of product up to the front of your brow because that's really what just gives it away and makes it look so fake and boxy. We want to keep that very light and hair-like, so I hardly ever bring any type of product up there. If I do, I like to go downwards to create the hair-like strokes because if I go upwards, I just find that gives too much product. So just drawing down creates more of a natural hair-like stroke. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing in the other eye. As you can see, my brow arches are way different on this eye than that eye. I don't know. I'm not touching my brows. Once I get it waxed professionally, maybe she can shape it up, but at the moment, they're not twins. They're sisters. And we should try to make them look like they match, but if they don't match perfectly, that's fine because no one's face is symmetrical. Alright, so there we are. We are all shapened, and now I'm going to go ahead and just use a little bit of brow powder. I like to use brow powder, a darker one, just to create more hair-like strokes, give a little bit of depth to the brow. I'll be picking up my Browzings Pro Palette by Benefit Cosmetics, and this is in the medium deep. Now this brow palette comes with wax, and it also comes with 4 different shades of powders, and it comes with 2 tools. So it just depends on what color your hair is, what color you want your brows, how intense, how deep. This is a perfect set for you. As you can see, here are the tools. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up the darkest shade with this end of the spoolie, and I'm just gonna start creating a couple of hairs that are just darker than the rest of my brow. And it just adds a little bit more depth to the brow. The concealer that I've been using for about 4 or 5 years to clean up my brows is the MAC Studio Fix, and this is in the shade NC45. This is a concealer that is true to my skin tone, so I just like to dip into this, and I use Smith Cosmetics 212 brush. I've been using this brush ever since I moved to Vegas, so I've been using it for about 3 years, and it's just so firm. You just want to saturate both sides with the concealer. And I always start at the front. I don't know how other people do it, but I always like to start at the front. And then you just start shaping lightly. You don't want too much product and you don't want to apply too much at one time. So you just start shaping at the front. And follow your natural brow shape. If you want to keep the same shape, you start from this brow and you just go right there to see where you should start concealing. And we are all sculpted. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, but so So before I would always do the front, and I just find that my eyes look exceptionally contoured, and I want more so of the feathery natural look nowadays. So in order to achieve that, I really just contour and conceal the outward part of the arch. I really think it's essential for you to get a brush like this. This is the Morphe M173 brush, and I've been using this for about 2 years. I know MAC has some, I know Sigma has some, but all I'm saying is this is the best brush to buff the concealer out on your eyes. Now I have eyeshadow on today, but usually I would just buff this out everywhere. But really it just buffs everything out, and you really are gonna wanna blend the concealer out, because it's just not gonna look natural or normal. And people are gonna say negative things. So be sure to blend the concealer out, and always try to use a concealer that is your skin tone. You don't have to use a concealer that's lighter than you. That's mythical. That's 2012. Y'all, we don't do that no more. You use a concealer that is the same color as you. So I'm just gonna go ahead and buff this out. Also use your finger. Since I have shadow on today, I'm gonna go ahead and use my finger underneath my brow. But usually I would just buff everything out over my lid. Alright, and we're almost done. Now the final step is setting your brows with the brow gel. I always steer towards my 24-hour brow gel setter by Benefit. Otherwise I use their Gimme Brow, which is a volumizing brow gel. I really would suggest everyone get it clear just to have it on deck. There are substitutes if you don't want to splurge on this, but I'm telling you, this is the best clear brow gel on the market. I haven't found a better one, and I've been sticking to it. It places your hairs in the place it's supposed to be. I know that a drugstore one that's pretty good is the Maybelline one. You could just run there and get that from Target or Walgreens. But this one, yeah, this is going to really set your brows in place, and this is an essential step that I had missed for so many years. So I just want to share it with you guys, because this really is what makes your brows stay in place and stay all day. So you just literally just brush it through your brow hairs, brushing up like we did with the primer. And as you can see, it just re-enhances everything that we've done, and really brings the brow to life. And it just places the brows everywhere that you want them. And you lay it flat, and you lay this flat on your brows and brush up. Alright guys, so that is my updated eyebrow tutorial. That is how I've been doing my brows, and these are bulletproof. They are going to stay all day. Let me know if you picked up any new products or tips in the comments down below, and I'll see y'all here in my next video.